back to Sunny Side Up Food Reviews, and for this episode I'm going to be reviewing sweet like potato chip stuff. So this is cinnamon sugar puffs by Cheetos, and they call it Sweetos. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And so yeah, it's basically a sweet Cheeto. And this is what the packaging looks like. And there's actually another one, so I have both of them. I'm gonna be reviewing those today, and 2 other like sweet chip options as well. For people that don't want savory, like crunchy chip stuff all the time, this would be a good option. Like, I love cinnamon sugar stuff and, like, you know, in general. When I saw this, I was like super excited to try it. The price of this was around like $2.50, so it's not so expensive for a pretty full bag. I don't see too much air on this one. It pretty much like comes like right up to the top just about, which is good. So you get your money's worth for sure. Okay, so I'll start off with this one. This is a cinnamon sugar puff Cheeto. It describes itself as cinnamon sugar puffs for the perfect blend of sweet sugar and delicious cinnamon spice in one bite. This is what the chip looks like. Pretty cool. It still has that Cheeto texture. And there's a lot of cinnamon on it, and it reminds me of like a cinnamon churro type of vibe. Okay, so let's see how cinnamony and yummy it is. This is actually pretty interesting. It's not as sweet as I was thinking it would be, but you definitely get that Cheetos sense when you're eating it for sure. It's not bad though. It's really interesting direction that they took this from like other cinnamon sugar like chip stuff that I've tried. I would recommend this. It's got like a really good light flavor. I do wish it was a bit sweeter, but it's just got its own like cool vibe going on. And the grams of sugar on this is 4 grams. So this would be recommended, I would say, more so if you want like a low calorie good snack. There's not a lot of sugar. It's 160 calories for 25 pieces. So you can really get like a good amount in there. So I think that's probably the direction they were going in for this one, because it's more on like a healthy cinnamon chip vibe, but it's still really good. I would have to give this like a 4.5 out of 5. And next I have these sweet potato and brown sugar Sunchips. These are new, so it says that they're sprinkled and coated in brown sugar. And this is really interesting because it's sweet potato, so that's something different. I believe I've tried their cinnamon sugar one they came out with like years ago, and I liked those. So I'm curious to see the direction they go with for these sweet potato ones. And it just looks like a regular sun chip. You can't really tell anything too special about it, but you can kind of see the cinnamon like coating and like spices on it. So let's see if it's yummy. They did a really good job in bringing the sweet potato across. Like, you really do feel like you're eating a sweet potato. I would say again that this isn't like on the super sweet side, because you know it does say sprinkled with brown sugar. I don't really get a strong sense of brown sugar, but it just has a really good, because sweet potatoes are naturally sweet anyway, so you get a sweetness to it, and then you get like a strong sweet potato flavor. It is really good, and I would say it's pretty much what you expect. I just wish they would have put a little bit more brown sugar coating on the outside. But this one has 3 grams of sugar, which isn't bad, and 140 calories. So this again would be recommended for like a good sweet diet chip to buy. And it's $3 and change, so not bad at all for the price. I would say with this one though, the bag is a little bit more on the air side, so there's more space with this than if you get the Cheetos, but other than that, I mean, it's 100% whole grain, so that's always good. good. So I would give this like a 4.8 out of 5. I would definitely recommend this one. Okay, and next I have the second new Sweetos flavor. It's caramel puffs. So this one looks like this is such a tall bag, gotta fit it in full view. And this one still has the same amount of sugar, just 4 grams of sugar, 160 calories. And this one describes itself as caramel puffs for a taste of rich melted caramel. So basically it's just going in a caramel direction. This is what it looks like. And I'm getting like a caramel sort of rice cake vibe just from when you open the bag. This basically just smells like the caramel rice cakes. So I'm curious to see if this basically tastes like one, but more in like a small bite-sized form. Yeah, I'd say that's exactly what you can expect from this. It's basically just tastes like caramel rice cakes. And it seems like it has a good amount of sweetness, even though it's the same grams as the other bag. I feel like the sweetness comes out more on this one. Probably just, you know, due to the caramel flavor. It's naturally sweet. So yeah, I would recommend these. I can't remember though if rice cakes are more or less calories than this, because I was gonna say this would probably be even a better substitute than getting the rice cakes. And there's just so much that comes in the bag. But either way, for 25 pieces, it's still 160 calories. And the 4 grams of sugar, 16 carbs, so there's a gram of protein. So yeah, I definitely like this. And I would give it like a 4 out of 5, just because it's a flavor that I'm so used to. It's not like a super original flavor, but I do like the fact that you can get a lot in the bag. And next I have Stacy's Pita Chips, cinnamon sugar. So this can be another good option for a sweet chip. I'm sure this one is a lot more carbier though. Well, just 20 grams of carbs, and it's still only 130 grams of 130 calories, but it's only for 7 chips. So, you know, with the other ones you can feel like you're getting more out of it because it's just a lighter chip with the Cheetos and stuff. But yeah, this is definitely kind of heavy and the typical pita chip vibe, but it's got a lot of cinnamon on it, which looks good, and cinnamon sugar. Now for this particular bag, it's non-GMO, so that's super good because it's organic. And this one has 3 grams of protein and no artificial sugars and like MSG and stuff. So, and from the picture they recommend you can put like a dollop of yogurt or like a Greek yogurt on there to make it more like interesting. But let's see how it tastes on its own. Surprised, but I'm not a big fan of this one. The chip itself tastes kind of weird in a way that I can't describe. But it's just kind of like weird, like just the pita chip part. But the outside is really good, like the topping has the perfect amount of like sweetness and cinnamony-ness that would have been good on the Cheeto Puffs. But you know, it just kind of ruins it because the whole base of it, just the pita chip part just tastes kind of weird. So I guess in general to like this, you would just have to be like a pita chip fan. Because I'm sure like if I bought like the plain one or whatever flavor I buy, if it still has this sort of chip as a base, I wouldn't like any of their different flavors. I guess I'm not a fan of pita chips, but I am a fan of this topping. Anyone that's tried just regular pita chips in general, I would recommend this too if they want to go in a more sweeter direction, because they would like the chip and they would like the sweetness part of it. It's definitely got a good strong flavor topping wise. And yeah, I would have to give it like a 3 out of 5 for me, but I can still see a lot of people liking it, and I would recommend it to anyone that likes pita chips in general. I'd have to say my favorite is actually the sweet potato and brown sugar Sunchips. And then like the cinnamon sugar puffs, because I just like the little vibe that it's going in. But you know, I recommend all of these in their own way. But if you're like trying to pick between the four just randomly for some reason, I would say go with cinnamon sugar puffs and the sweet potato and brown sugar Sunchips. So yeah, definitely head out to your store and try some of these. They're all gonna be under $3, which is really good. And thank you guys so much for watching this sweet potato chip food review. And please subscribe and hit the notification bell next to subscribe button to see every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys soon.